from the Sky News Weather Centre. This is the 10-minute briefing.
10 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, 7 a.m. if you're joining us live from the west. This is the 10-minute briefing. I'm Samantha Chiari, joined by our Chief Meteorologist Tom Saunders. And boy, we have a lot to get through today.
Sam, we certainly do. The heavy rain has commenced as predicted over southeastern Australia. We'll go through the latest radars and also the latest model data because there has been a slight shift over the last 24 hours as to where the heaviest rain will fall this weekend.
First, let's take a look at the current temperatures and the radars across the nation. A lot is happening, Tom. It's still quite humid across parts of southern Australia, even though we do have that increase in cloud cover from our developing low-pressure system. Melbourne sitting on 22 degrees.
Quiet could be an understatement. It is exceptionally humid right now through southeastern Australia, and that is why we're seeing such a significant rain event. We could see December records fall over the next couple of days. So the moisture's been building actually over the last 3 weeks. We've had a blocking high near New Zealand. That's been pumping in a northerly airstream over eastern Australia. So warm, humid air coming down from the tropics and the Coral Sea. Let's get to the radar. Already we've had some heavy falls. It started in South Australia yesterday. Adelaide's picked up just over 13 millimetres in the CBD. Elizabeth, Parafield, they've had over 20 millimetres of rain. We've had heavy rain already through Western Victoria. Horsham's had over 25 millimetres in the past 24 hours. Now, you just look at the current radar over Melbourne, you can see we have already seen heavy rain through central Victoria. Right now, the heaviest rain is just to the north and east of Melbourne. That's indicated by the dark echoes on the radar.
And Ararat has now collected their heaviest December rain in 7 years. More of these stats to come with this event, which is already unfolding across the south. For more about what was happening in Melbourne, we're going to cross now to our Sky News Melbourne reporter Annalise Nielsen. She filed this a little earlier.
More than 5,000 SES volunteers are on standby as experts warn the major storm moving across Victoria could cause flooding and pose a risk to life. It's being described as a freak weather event with a strong low-pressure system hitting an area of high humidity. A number of major events have already been cancelled around Melbourne, including Polo in the City, which was expecting at least 5,000 people to attend, with a number of local sports leagues also cancelling their events. While in regional Victoria, many farmers have worked frantically throughout the night to harvest as much of their crops as they can, not only to rescue them from storm damage, but the humidity that's likely to follow. The slow-moving weather system is likely to stay over Victoria throughout the weekend, with the heaviest rain predicted for Saturday. Annalise Nielsen, Sky News, Melbourne.
So preparations are definitely being made. It is guaranteed we'll have flash flooding when you consider how much rain will fall over the next few days. Some parts of northern Victoria, southern New South Wales could see 2 and 3 times the monthly average in just 48 hours.
And in terms of totals and what we can expect for today, of course, flood watches are in place for every river catchment in Victoria except for the Glenelg, the Hovels and also the Genoa. Tom, talk us through it.
Yeah, so this is where the heaviest rain will be today. You can see that rain band moving east across Victoria. The rain is actually already starting to ease in far western Victoria, but heavy falls central eastern districts. Tasmania, showers and storms today. Heavy rain and storms for western and southern parts of New South Wales and also many central and eastern parts of South Australia. That takes us through to midnight tonight. Now, we will see flash flooding today in essentially all those areas it is possible where we're going to see the rainfall today. For northeast New South Wales, just isolated showers. Even today alone, we could see up to about 100 millimetres falling along the Victorian ranges.
And looking ahead, of course, we do have those severe thunderstorms, which are likely as well. Heavy rainfall rates, flash flooding likely under a severe thunderstorm if we do happen to see one. And we'll also be seeing the bullseye of this event in Victoria tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the peak day, so we've got a trough deepening to a low today. That low will deepen further tomorrow and we will see torrential rain with dangerous flash flooding northern and eastern Victoria and through the inland part of New South Wales. You can see that low is pretty slow moving. Now late Saturday it will probably move off the Gippsland coast and that will just allow the rain to ease back from New South Wales. We'll still get some heavy rain though into Sunday for eastern Victoria, perhaps also eastern Tasmania. But later Sunday, again, as that low is moving away, we'll get that rain just easing back to showers. It won't completely clear. This is how much rain for southeastern Australia over the next week. 1 to 200 millimetres, the darkest shading, northern Victoria, southern inland New South Wales. That's the area where we'll see widespread flooding, flash flooding and river flooding. The bright red along the ranges shows over 200 millimetres of rain. In fact, we could see over 250 millimetres around Alpine, New South Wales and Victoria.
So northern and central Victoria really copping the full brunt from this system in terms of the flood watches and warnings we have in place, Tom. We have a full flood watch, basically every river catchment in Victoria.
Yeah, apart from a few of the rivers in the south, the Glenelg, the Carn and the Hovels River. And that flooding could even be major in the northeast corner. We're talking Albury, Wodonga, Rutherglen, Wangaratta, That area through the northeast of Victoria is probably the most likely area to see flooding, and then across the border into southern and central New South Wales. The Murrumbidgee River could see some major flooding. Also, we could see flooding for the south and north-esk in Tasmania, along with the Huon.
And we have flash flooding warnings in place for the whole of Victoria and also the southern and central western regions of New South Wales.
And that definitely obviously includes Melbourne. It's more likely north of Melbourne. Melbourne's a tricky forecast. Just want to talk about Melbourne for a while. It's on the edge of that rain band overnight tonight. It is possible, we saw on the radar, it's already raining in Melbourne, but it's possible tonight the rain will temporarily clear from Melbourne before returning tomorrow. But even tomorrow, Melbourne's just on the southern edge of that rain band. In the middle of the rain band through northern Victoria, it's guaranteed you'll see the heavy rain and the flooding. For Melbourne, we're just going to have to watch the radars.
Annalise did mention earlier that several events have been cancelled in and around Melbourne. I mean, you can't blame them looking at the forecast models.
Yeah, and the racing, for example, right through southeastern Australia this week is likely to be cancelled.
Yeah, and just before we end off, I want to ask you about the harvest, Tom. It's not looking good for farmers, is it?
It's devastating. A harvest, the last thing you want is rain. Any rainfall during harvest is not good news. When you have heavy rain and flooding, it will wipe out the entire crop, which is, it's just devastating for farmers because farming's a pretty tough gig. I guess the other event that will be affected by this weather is the cricket in Adelaide. Good news is the heaviest rain will be east of Adelaide, so maybe only a couple of delays on Saturday, maybe Sunday, but they should get a full test match here.
At times we talk about rain events being good, but this one doesn't sound good in any way, shape or form in terms of the severe weather across Victoria, parts of the southeast in particular, and of course the farmers as well. And we'll also have updated radars shortly. For the time being, though, stay tuned. It isn't just the south that has had the rainfall, we've had it across parts of Queensland as well.
On the next Sky News Real Estate.